Hey, welcome back to the second draft. We always like it when you guys swing by. Today we're going to be doing something kind of interesting, kind of special. It's going to be a beer review. It's the latest beer from New Belgium Brewing out of Fort Collins, Colorado. And the reason this beer is so special is because after 25 years of brewing the Fat Tire beer, their signature beer, they've decided for the first time ever to add a second beer to that name. And that takes the form in the New Belgium Fat Tire Belgian White. So we're going to give this bad boy a nice little pour. I'm going to pour this into a snifter glass, which also has a bit of an etching on the bottom to help aerate the beer. I like to always swirl the bottom of the bottle before I finish off the pour, just to make sure any sediment left in the beer is kind of scooped up and put in the beer. Don't want to miss out on any of the flavors, any of the the various components in the beer that might be lost. So as you can tell right off the bat, the Belgian White has a nice clean wheat color to it with about a finger, maybe a half a finger of clean white head. It's very hazy, entirely opaque, and right off the bat you can pick out the orange peel and the coriander, otherwise known as cilantro, brewed into the body of the beer. It's got a nice citrusy sweet flavor to it, and the cilantro gives it just a little bit of a grassy, crisp, clean summertime scent to it. All right, let's give this bad boy a taste. The Fat Tire Belgian White includes Nugget and Cascade hops and a malt variety including pale white wheat and oats. Fruits and spices include grain of paradise, fresh ground Seville orange peel, and fresh ground Indian coriander, otherwise known as cilantro. Oh yeah. Yeah, right off the bat, you can taste that citrus peel, which is the signature of the beer. It's a citrusy sweetness that doesn't insist upon itself. It's very light, very refreshing, and it plays just right with the light carbonation of the beer. You detect all that cilantro, that coriander, in the back end, and it's sort of a gradient between the sweet, citrusy flavor and like the crisp. I don't want to say spicy, but those of you familiar with having cilantro, having cooked with it or eaten dishes that feature it, it's almost got like that little bit of a kick to it. It's a nice little finish, and it's quite delicious, I gotta say. One thing I have to note is the fact that there's a bit of a strange film in my mouth after the tasting. I'm not really sure what causes that. It's not entirely off-putting, just a little bit unexpected. So, but the beer is it's not heavy at all. I have to say it. The body is quite light. It's quite refreshing. I'm not sure right off the bat what I would pair this with food-wise, but I can tell you that it's not overly filling. It would pair well with a meal. Definitely refreshing. It's clean, crisp. It's a cool beer, and I can definitely see it being like a poolside beer, a barbecue beer. Absolutely perfect for summertime. With an alcohol level of 5.2 ABV, it's incredibly sessionable. The IBUs are only at about 12, which means even though this beer contains and includes Nugget and Cascade hops, there's really no hoppiness to speak of. It's very clean, very straightforward, very approachable for various beer drinkers, whether you're a novice, you're not a big fan of those super hoppy IPAs, for example, but it's also nuanced and flavorful enough that the veteran beer drinkers are going to be excited to try this one out and kind of pick out all the different nuances. Yeah, so there you have it. I got to say that this beer is absolutely worthy of being the second beer to carry the Fat Tire name. I was a little bit skeptical at first. I thought maybe it was going to be some sort of a publicity stunt, being the second beer a quarter century to carry the Fat Tire name. But it's a delicious beer. It's absolutely fitting. And it's also cool the fact that it's a Belgian-style white. And the original Fat Tire is a Belgian-style amber. So they're not trying to necessarily cash in on the Fat Tire name. I think they're maybe building upon that Belgian-style beer library that features the Fat Tire name. So this one's absolutely a fantastic addition to the line, and I hope they actually decide to make more in the future. I think they can make an entire line of Fat Tire beers. And this one's appearing on store shelves and in coolers and actually in breweries and then restaurants as of August 1st, which was earlier this week. So if you have the opportunity, absolutely pick up a six-pack or ask your bartender to pour you a pint, because you'll be missing out otherwise. It's delicious. So thank you guys very much for stopping by and having a beer with me. Hopefully you are able to check out the Belgian White from Fat Tire, and hopefully you come back and check out more videos. Salut! It's